Hello everyone, this is Selkek, also known as Paulaelia, and welcome to Plague Inc. Evolved. This is the Infect the World disease game. Some of you might be familiar with it from mobile games. It was on the phones and tablets and things. Some of you might even remember even further back. Remember the Flash game that was created. It's that style of game where you're playing as the disease, and it is your job to evolve your disease to kill off all humans or to infect all humans or whatever all humans. So that is what we're going to be playing today. As you can see here, this is the list of plague types that you get. There's some interesting ones: the bioweapon, the necrovirus, the parasite and stuff. I've unlocked bacteria, virus, and fungus. And you can see I've got some locked ones that I cannot play as. And in order to unlock them, you need to beat the previous ones on uncertain difficulty conditions. So you can see bacteria and virus I've gotten silver, whereas fungus I have only gotten bronze. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to play the bacteria. And you can see it changes here. Bacteria. I'm going to click continue. You can have some different changes to how your game works. So I'm going to go for the metabolic jump, which is get more DNA from popping red biohazard bubbles. Do I want... No, I want Crytochrome Surge. Get more DNA from popping orange DNA bubbles. Gonna insert that one. I'm gonna also insert the Terrasite. Increase chances of plague spreading by land. And I believe those are the only ones I have unlocked. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna hit continue. So here are the 4 difficulties: casual, normal, brutal, and mega brutal. So you have to beat on normal or higher. Normal is the silver tiered if you want to unlock other ones. So I've beaten the game on normal with this particular bacterium. So I'm going to try it on brutal just to see how it fares. And you can give it a name. I was last playing as a fungus that I cleverly named fungal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to name my plague after something I think a lot of people would be really afraid of if it broke out, and a lot of people would be really happy about if it broke out. I'm gonna call my plague the Bronies. So Bronies is gonna infect everybody. It doesn't make a lot of sense grammatically, because Bronies is the name of a collective thing. You can't really apply them as like a single disease, but whatever. Welcome to Plague Inc. You are a new bacteria. To win, you must evolve and spread across the world, wiping out all humans in the ultimate plague. Okay, to select a country to start your plague. When you click on it, you can see more information. Pop a bubble. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So this is the world map. It's broken up into mostly individual countries. So you can see here's the country of Egypt, and Algeria, and then this is just called West Africa. They didn't map out all of the countries that are located here in West Africa. Likewise, there's China. Where is it? There's Central Asia. There's just a place. There's also Southeast Asia. So this is where the Koreas would be, where that sort of thing. But like Japan's a place, Russia's a place. So it's kind of Central Europe is just a grouping. So it's a little weird how they've done this, but I think to stick true to the Bronies, we have to start in the United States. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. It's not probably one of the easier places to start. It only has 2 countries that it can expand to via land, but it does have an airport and a seaport, and it does have a rather large population. So that's some requirements that will help us, I think. So there we go. Bronies has infected its first human. Weak and unspecialized, it must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. So that one person on 4chan has decided that this is a cool thing. And so if we pop the bubble, we get points for infecting the United States. And you can see, there we go. There's our red dot. That's trying to think of what state would be right there, but I'm pretty sure there's a state border somewhere around here, so and it doesn't matter because we're up to 5 infected people. Look at that. You can watch it spread. I'm gonna go ahead and bump speed up a bit, so we start earning points here for affected, and breaking the orange bubble should give me more points each time. Goldman Stanley bank crisis. The investment bank reported catastrophic losses today due to a technical error in their random number generator. Alright, so we have 10 points. Can we get 10? 10 points. Alright. So, for those of you who have not played this game, here's just a kind of brief stats about the things. Your evolutionary history. You can see we have some slight infectivity, we have some very slight severity, and we have basically no lethality. So how this works is the higher your infectivity, the faster you spread to people. The higher your lethality, the quicker you kill people. Your severity is your scariness, quote unquote. So the higher your severity, the more people will notice this disease. So right now our severity is very low. People will catch bronies and they won't think twice about it. They'll just go, oh, I'm just kind of feeling, you know, I'm not particularly sick, it's not the flu, it's not whatever. They don't care. But as severity goes up, people will be like, oh my god, I'm breaking out into rashes and I'm coughing up blood, I'm going to go to my doctor. And the higher your severity, when people go to the doctor and say, I'm not feeling well, the doctors will go, oh my god, this is serious. So you want to kind of keep severity on the down low until you're ready to start murdering people. So there are different transmission methods. We start with birds for free because we took that gene at the start that allowed land transmissions. There's also rodents, which is helpful in urban regions. Insects in hot climates. Blood transfusions in poor regions. Through the water, through the air, through livestock is for rural regions. These are the symptoms we can get. I'll get into these when we start developing them. We might randomly generate symptoms like coughing or rashes or whatever. And then we have the abilities. So this is cold resistance. We'll do better in cold climates. Heat resistance better in hot climates. Bacterial resistance is good in all climates. I'm going to be saving up. I need 11 points. For drug resistance, increases effectiveness in wealthy countries. In the United States, as you can see, if I pop open USA, USA is wealthy and it is urban. That's what these symbols mean. So I want to get up to 11 points so that, there it is, 11 points, so I can buy drug resistance. And that should help me spread here in the USA. I also want to check. I need 9 points for air. I want to go for air first because we need to get on planes to spread across to other continents. So we're going to go for that next. And you can see we've only infected 11 people, so we're not super infectious yet. But here we go. This will double our infectivity rate. So the infected, and since we have the drug resistance, the infection should start to climb. If you see here, gamers worldwide began worshipping Helix Fossil. This game is excellent at including pop culture references, etc. into this news ticker. So just watch the news ticker tick by, and you can read some funny things. I might not catch them all. Mankini not funny, etc. So you'll see them cross by. We're waiting to see either a red plane leave, or to get a pop-up on one of these countries about infecting another country near us. Alright, let's go for water transmission, I think. Do I want to spread out water? Oh, I didn't get the bird one by default. It was just grayed out. My bad. I don't know if I want to go for... Water is definitely more infectious, and it will help us with our boat infectivity. So the USA is a really tough place to start. I might go for that bacterial resistance. 7 points. Okay. 7 points. As long as I keep getting these orange bubbles, I should keep accumulating points to spend which would be awesome. I already forgot how many I need, so I'll get like 15 or whatever and go check. We're up over 100 people infected, and you can see our rate is steadily climbing now. Bronies has mutated and developed the cyst symptoms without DNA points. Okay, so you come in here and you can see we've developed this. If I devolve this, you can see it's going to cut back on my severity by a lot. And it's going to cut back a little bit on the infectivity. And you can see right here it says refund 2 DNA points. So I'm going to get 2 points back for doing that. If you're playing something like a virus, it actually costs DNA points to devolve the symptoms. So it's a lot harder to play those because they'll just constantly be generating these symptoms, and then you have to spend your points to remove them. But that's a fun mechanic. Alright, we're up to 11. Over 200 people infected. It's still contained to the US of A. It has not spread to Canada or to Mexico, and it has not spread abroad via airplane. So, we're waiting to see what happens. Very slowly this number's ticking up. The USA is not a place I would usually start. Can we get that drug resistance? We can. Good. Oh, it was only 7? Excellent. Alright, that should also help. See, the infected number is really climbing now. I might need to go cold resistance so it will survive in Canada when it gets to Canada. And places like Greenland, Iceland, and Russia are all cold. You can see it has a snowflake here. Snowflake, snowflake, snowflake. Canada's rich. Got the dollar sign. We're getting there. I'm very surprised we have not infected anyone outside the USA yet. We're steadily infecting though, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and grab I'm gonna save up and grab birds. I think birds might help us, because birds is a lot. No, look at that. Air 2 or water 2. So much more powerful for infection rate. We're going to do that. We're going to go the air-water route. I've decided. I've made up my mind. We're on target. Keep giving me those orange bubbles to pop, because the points you get from infections are kind of slow to accumulate. But we got this. We can do this. It's probably not going to happen all in one video. Just letting you know. There we go. We've moved to Mexico. We've infected part of Mexico. I'm gonna go with water too, just because it's got slightly more infectivity. All right, so we're in Mexico. You can see it is hot, arid, and urban. I should probably explain for those of you who don't know this game. This is the science screen, so they research a cure here. It also gives you the stats. This is a pie chart. There's 99% healthy people in the world and 1% infected people, and no people have been killed. And this is the map of all of the countries, and you can see the full list of countries here. And we've infected 2. When you completely annihilate the population of a country, they go in this list. And you can also do cool things like see which countries are wealthy, or see which countries are poor, or see what countries are cold on the map, if you need to. So yeah, right up here, Bronies has not been noticed. No doctor has discovered this disease, etc., etc. Despite the fact that worldwide 150,000 people are infected with this disease, no medical personnel has noticed. 250,000. We have spread to Brazil. There we go. Brazil is wet, hot. We've spread out here to the Caribbean. We spread over here to the UK. There's an infected boat. Oh, we spread to Russia. We're really spreading now. So the more places we can spread, the better. And you can watch the red fill up on the map to give you kind of an indication of infectivity rates. We've spread to Canada. We've spread to Japan. We've spread to Central America. We've spread to Spain, Germany, China, France. That's India. Yeah, so we're going everywhere. The key places you need to infect. There's a bit of strategy help here. Oh. The key places you need to infect. Iceland is pretty easy because it has an airport. Brony says it mutated and developed the anemia symptom. Okay, I'm going to pause real quick and then go devolve that. I mean, pause. Why won't you pause? Alright, so the key places. New Zealand has an airport, so it's pretty easy to infect, as you can just see. Madagascar only has boat, and Greenland only has boat. So you really have to get those places infected before you go lethal, because they'll shut down their ports, and then you won't be able to infect them. And then it'll be basically game over, because you'll never be able to get in there and infect them unless you're playing some type of disease that allows you to do so. But if you look at the United States, 40 million people in the United States are infected. That is a pretty significant chunk of the people. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to devolve anemia, and we're going to go into transmission, and we're going to pick up air 2, and we need to get 20 points for the extreme bioaerosol. So in the meantime, I think I'm going to pick up... Why is heat so much more expensive than cold? I think I'll pick up bacterial resistance 2. Okay. So we'll continue onwards. We should really be spreading all over the place now. The more countries we have infected, the more places we have to send infection from. And I'm going to try and leave this on the world view just so you can see the overall worldwide numbers. 200 million people infected. And look at the United States. There are almost all of our infection is in the United States, and Brazil is about to go as well. Increasing rainfall in humid countries. Latest research shows that humid countries are getting significantly wetter due to global warming. Alright, I have my 20 points, so I should be able to grab the extreme bioaerosol. And that should really, really make me infectious. So I think, unless I need to pick up cold resistance, which does not look like I need to, based upon Russia there. Iceland is getting infected. Mystery surrounds the decision to postpone the London Olympics. Organizers promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. You can see here, Egypt completely infected, India about to go, Russia's on the brink of collapsing, Brazil, Bolivia, Colombia, South Africa, Sudan is going, but yet New Zealand is relatively slow to go, China is relatively slow to go, Saudi Arabia is gone, the Middle East is gone. So look at this, we've got a significant portion of the world infected. We have Madagascar infected, that is great. We still do not have Greenland infected. So if we take a look at our map here. Oh, we do have it infected. It must have just happened right as I popped this open. Yep, it did. Okay, all the countries of the world are now infected. You can see here. And 74% of all people have the infection. So we have very few health people left. Actually, I might finish it in this video. And I've saved up 120 points we've been earning infecting everyone. You can see here though, a lot of these countries, the infection rate is not all that high yet. So we kind of want to give it time to let all these people get infected, even though, like Canada, still working on getting Canada infected. Canada, including Alaska for some reason. And then these places here in Central Africa, we need to get them all infected. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Bacterial Resilience 3, which should help our infectivity, spread us around, and then I'm going to be saving the majority of my points. Oh, we want to demutate nausea. I'm going to be saving... we don't get a refund for demutating nausea? I'm going to be saving all my points, because now I'm going to be picking a symptom, and I'm going to be buying it out until it gets kind of here and towards the middle. Because here in the middle is where all the super lethal things are. So you see here, 86% of the world is infected. Greenland, Canada, and the central part of Africa here, very slow to get infected. And we don't want to go too lethal too quickly, because of these countries lacking enough infected to spread it up. I'd kill all the infected people without getting the rest infected. So this would be great. Like right now I could kill 90% of all humans if I so wanted to, but I want to kill 100%. So I'm going to wait for all these countries to kind of, you know, get high levels of infection. And it looks like I'm not going to have to wait very long. Botswana is taking its time. East Africa's going. West Africa's going. Canada's going. It's just this Greenland here that's taking forever. Because even if we only have like 3 people left here in Greenland with its 54,000 healthy people, I mean, even if only 3 of them survive, we lose. Because we have to kill everyone. 3 people could restart the human race. It would take a very long time, but they could. If one of them, you know, if we had a male and a female left over, that is. Canada's completely infected. Okay, so Greenland has hit the tipping point. Excellent. Just because we can, I want to wait. I want to see the message about the last person on Earth getting infected. So this is the rash symptom. That's okay. It can develop the rash symptom. We'll let it. Rash helps spread infection. So everyone on the world is developing rashes right now, and no one has noticed. Bronies has not been noticed. No one's gone to the doctor and said, "Hey doctor, I've got a strange rash in the shape of Twilight Sparkle." And the doctor's gone, "Oh, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Twilight Sparkle is best, pony." Here we go. We're getting there. Nearly everyone's infected. Greenland had a population of what? 55,000? It's getting there. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. All right, 56,000. There are no healthy people left in the world. The last healthy person on the planet has become infected with bronies. All right. So now we get to pick how we want to kill everyone. I mean, they'll all basically do a great job, but I think I'm going to go the insomnia corner, just because I think this is like the most interesting to think about. So first we get insomnia, then we get paranoia. So now people are paranoid, and you can read irrational delusions and mental symptoms. Victims' distrust of others makes them unlikely to seek treatment or cooperate with others. This actually helps you with slowing down being detected and slowing down the research, because people are paranoid about other people. So then there's inflammation here, which adds a little bit of lethality. But we want to go for seizures. Random blackouts and fits reduce the patient's ability to function independently. Can be fatal. So there's that. Insanity. Neuropathic action of the pathogens in the frontal cortex causes severe emotional and behavior abnormalities. Significantly harder to cure. So we'll grab that one as well. So this is a great little tree to pick up if you want to play the long game. Dysentery is related to the stomach stuff. The stomach has this hook here. Now that we've got that, though, let's go for cysts. Let's go for abscists. Pockets of infected flesh are painful and act as breeding grounds for the pathogen, increasing infection rates when burst. That's great. We're going to go for systemic infection. Pathogen affects multiple organs and tissue types, causing body-wide infections that spread fast and can be fatal. And finally, comas. Neuropathic affects the brain stem, causes loss of consciousness and sometimes death, significantly harder to cure. So people are going to go insane. They're going to have seizures. They're going to have paranoia. They're not going to be able to sleep. They're going to have these growths on them that will burst out diseases. They may fall into comas. And to end it all off, using our exactly last 36 DNA points, total organ failure. Bam! This is how we kill people. I'm surprised I had the exact number of points for that. I actually I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get total organ failure there at the end. So total organ failure. We're going to watch the world. Here we go. New worrying diseases spreading. A diagnostic team in Sudan has identified a new disease that has been named bronies. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. The first death from bronies has been confirmed in Italy. Bad luck or the beginning of something terrible? I wonder what it's going to be. when you zoom in here, you get like a cool 3D view. Spain shutdowns its seaports. Spain has become the first country to try and limit the spread of bronies by limiting access into and out of the country. Time will tell if this will work. So you can see here they're trying to research the cure. Only about 40% of the research capacity is active. Iran starts work on cure. It is expected to take a long time. Meanwhile, 57 million people have died. Research doctors all around the world are completely focused on developing a cure for bronies. The more people die, Japan begins to break down. Normal life in Japan is breaking down. They're having riots in Japan. Only 3 million people died out of 120 million people in Japan, and they started having riots, and they're like, government is breaking down. But you can see how fast this black bar is growing. Bronies has been placed on the WHO watch list. Already dangerous. Governments have warned that it could become unstoppable. Russia has decided to lead global efforts on the cure, so they're sending this blue plane out for research, and you pop this to kind of slow them down. So look how fast our death rate is climbing. We've killed 3 billion people. There are now more dead people than there are alive people. And you can see research is slowing down as people die. Saudi Arabia is the first to fall into total anarchy. No research can take place there. You can see here, Russia's pretty much dead. Greenland is pretty much dead. Look, here we go. And 18 people, 6 people, 4 people, 3 people, 2 people, no people left in Greenland. The world is becoming a very, very small place. We can pop open the world. You can see here's some countries where people no longer exist. And those countries will start, that list will start to grow because there are now less than 100 million people in the world. Let's take a look. Okay, we got 50 million people left in the world. You can see all the blackness on this chart. 99% of the world is dead. And yet people are still beginning to research. That's like what? 6-7% of research being done somewhere in the world. And we've got back up to 98 points. So if we really needed to, we could add a whole slew of more symptoms. We could do genetic hardening to help prevent the cure from happening. But we really don't need to. There's 5 million people left in the world. There's no one alive left in Canada. Canada does not exist anymore as an entity. I'm actually surprised the United States is holding on as long as it is. The cure is, if it continued at its current rate of like, what's that, 3% researched, it would be done in 2020. It is currently 2018. How many people are left in the United States? Oh, not that many. An experimental cure for bronies has been found to be 100% lethal in humans. WHO researchers say the setback will damage cure efforts. So they tried to pump out to save the remaining few million people left on the planet, and what they produced just killed people off. I'm surprised that in their insanity comas that they're actually still doing research. But bronies has destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts. The last few humans are dying in holes with no chance of survival. So yep, that's the message you get. It's pretty much guaranteed now that, okay, there's 200,000 people left and they're spread across these countries. Okay, look at this. There's 10,000 people left in Australia, and Australia is close to anarchy. I'm pretty sure anarchy would have set in if 99.99% of people in Australia were dead. Alright, let's watch this. We're going to stop again. There's 7,000 people left in the world. A couple people there in Africa, some dude in the Philippines, and a couple people in Australia. And the game sees fit to give us more DNA points. Alright, 200. There are 5 people left in the world, and they all live in Zimbabwe. How crazy is that? Alright, and boosh. Bronies has successfully eliminated all life on Earth. Take that! Ponies win! Alright guys, so this is Plague Inc. Evolved. It is a fun game. I really enjoy it, and it makes for a good, quick, fun video like this. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.